Welcome back to your favorite conspiracy theorist. Let's get right into the videos.
It got everybody asking the same thing. Is that a mask on this man's face? Just looking at it. You can't tell me it don't look like a mask. Shit look crazy. So my only question is, if this was indeed a mask,
This is obvious. Like it's obvious. There's two different skin tones. You can see that. You know what I mean? That's not touching. He looked fake. He looked like they was like, hey, I want a general. He just looked like. He looked like a nice person. This was all over a bunch of different TikTok videos in the news. But it's interesting that people don't see things like this.
why would they let this be seen like this? There's no way they would fuck up like this and not know that this will be shown or allow it to keep airing like this. So you know I gotta ask the question, was this purposely done? Was this used as a distraction? Was this used to get people talking? Because everybody and their mama is talking about this right now. So then I start thinking, what is going on to why this can be used as a distraction? Somebody let me know down below in the comments. I know somebody know, because stuff like that do not just happen by coincidence. They do not just let that slip up and be like, oh, it's out there. Oh, this is live. People can see his neck. They had to know before he was even going on air.
That's all. Make sure you can hear me because I'm still new to this show, but that's a whole rabbit hole to do with the face mask and his mask look like that. Yeah, because he's not the only one. Remember, Joe Biden was wearing a mask too. It's probably not gonna show up on this one. I might have to go to a different browser. But yeah, Joe Biden. Let's see, Joe Biden mask. He was wearing a mask too. It's a bunch of people that wear masks. Like I say, it's Joe Biden executive order. Nothing to it. Anyways, man, y'all can go look. Y'all seen the videos if you're conspiracy theorists. You've seen these videos already. But here's the other one. Because I thought was, oh, we gotta go back to this one. This one.
Fox News has just aired a man on live television who appears to be wearing a human-like mask. And what makes it even stranger is that no one may actually know who he really is. In the footage, the man is introduced as a former senior U.S. commander, speaking as a national security analyst. At first, everything seems completely normal. But as the camera gets closer, more and more viewers start noticing a strange detail around his neck. The skin texture there looks extremely unnatural, almost as if there is a layer of something attached between his face and neck. What makes it even more unsettling is that when he talks and turns his head, the area around his neck seems to show a slight separation, almost like a hyper-realistic mask slowly coming loose. That is why, after the video surfaced, conspiracy theories exploded almost instantly. Some people believe this was not just a normal shadow or a lighting issue, but a highly realistic human-like mask. Because today's hyper-realistic silicone masks can look almost completely real. On a regular camera, you might not even be able to tell whether the person is actually who they claim to be. And the scariest part is that this kind of technology is often associated with intelligence agencies, secret operations, and identity disguise. If this really was a mask, then the question becomes much bigger. What do you think?
Listen, the government got technology way more advanced than what's available to the public. So I think everybody know that. Hell, another. That was about.
The trickster wearing the mask on Fox News was intentional. I hope all of you know that. Now, if you're not aware of what a trickster is, they are basically interdimensional assholes, to put it in the simplest way possible for you to understand. They are not dangerous. They're not anything you really need to worry about, but they love to cause chaos. They love to cause commotion. They love to play tricks. They love to confuse people. And that's exactly what was going on. Now, a lot of people on my last post in the comments kept saying him wearing the mask, it's not a him. It's, if you want to call it anything, call it an it. Because it's not a human, it's not a robot, it's not a Draco, it's not a reptilian, it's a trickster. And they're basically, well, I'll explain it like this. They're like the jester in a court. They're always around nobility, people with power, people with authority. They love that kind of energy, and that's where they put themselves in. So this was a trickster. It was intentional. It was made to cause confusion, and that's exactly what is going on. Hope that helps. Anything mentioned in this video is for entertainment, education, and conversation purposes only.
Yeah, man, they spin doctors and agent provocateurs. That's how you say it, right? Listen, man, all this stuff that they show on the news, etc. Um, they show in other areas, like they'll show in media in a different way, right? Like they'll show something in The Simpsons where they show politicians and they're ripping the face off. Y'all seen all this stuff. I don't really have to look it up. But y'all know what I'm talking about. This meme right here. Where they came out there and he took the mask off. It was aliens under there. Man, oh, the actual name of it, but it's a place in I think it's the ep3, and they got the presidents, and they show like in Men in Black, they show the president's like the skin part right here, and this part right here is robotic. I don't know, man. I think there's a lot going on behind the scenes. It's not. Hopefully, that's recorded. I still do to this, but
Has anyone else noticed this these last 2 weeks? The Wi-Fi has been randomly failing for no reason, even when the signal looks perfectly fine. A lot of people have also been struggling to fall asleep before 3 or 4 in the morning. Some days, your appetite completely disappears, and food just doesn't sound good at all. Random headaches have been happening more often too, even without stress or sickness. People are talking about having extremely strange dreams and feeling exhausted no matter how much they sleep. And lately, it feels like something strange is happening on the planet, even if nobody can fully explain it. Has
if any of those things happen, y'all let me know in the comments. Definitely know. Tom, I feel like Tom's speeding up for sure. That I don't even think Tom real, to be honest. We might have to do a whole nother video on that. But yeah, I think they playing with Tom, and there's just a lot of things that it's so much happening that like if you're not paying attention to what's going on, then you're just not paying attention. I don't know.
We have space news, everybody. Space is up there being weird like it always is. NASA officially announced and confirmed that the Earth now has 2 moons until 2083. Did you hear that? We have 2 moons now. Earth, I feel like you should have consulted with us before making a decision like this. This is not something you just do on your own. It's not just about you, Earth. You've got billions of different life forms living on the planet. You can't just do stuff without talking to us. Astronomers have spotted a quasi-moon near Earth, and the small space rock has likely been hanging out near our planet unseen by telescopes for about 60
In the comments, man, people are hilarious. 2 moons, I'm not paying for that. But yeah, this was another supporting video I was going to put with the other one about the moon. It's 2 different moons. Man, listen, I think the moon a hologram anyways. You know, This is for entertainment purposes. Y'all hit the likes, subscribe button, and all that.
Years, according to new research. So you're telling me the FBI can pull up every single nude I've ever sent out, and the whole time there's a second moon just hiding out?
Somebody said I work in healthcare. I cannot handle 2 full moons. And if you know, you know. That's why we call like crazy and all that. Let's say when when the moon is full or whatever, that's when the most incidents happen and whatnot. Police go out more in the hospitals and let.
Out and nobody knew about it for 60 whole years? Somebody's lying. The newly discovered celestial object named 2025 PN7 is a type of near Earth asteroid that orbits the sun but sticks close to our planet. Like our world, 2025 PN7 takes 1 year to complete an orbit around the sun. If it's a second moon, is it revolving around the sun or is it revolving around Earth? Because moons are satellites, they revolve around the planets, not the sun. Quasi-moons differ from temporary mini-moons that occasionally orbit Earth, such as 2024 PC5. Why is this my first time hearing about 2024 PC5? Which circled the planet for 2 months in 2024. Where was I at when this was happening? And could be an ancient fragment that was blasted off of our primary moon. Wait a minute. So you're telling me that our moon is just like messy? It doesn't clean up after itself. It has fragments just being blasted all around space. And then we have to deal with it. Well, there you have it. We have a second moon for the next couple decades. I don't know how this is going to affect the environment. I don't know what this is going to do to like the tide level.
This one of them ones you might have to put your conspiracy theorist hat on for this one right here. Because
This is absolutely insane. In Antarctica, NASA just discovered what might be a parallel universe where time flows backwards. And they weren't even looking for this. They just had their NASA balloon in Antarctica searching for cosmic particles when something impossible happened. So there are these high-energy particles called tau neutrino that come down from space, but what they discovered in this area was they were doing the opposite and coming up from Earth, which is like watching a rock roll uphill on its own, something that literally defies the laws of physics as we know them. But what scientists discovered was that maybe they weren't moving upwards and maybe they were just moving backwards in time. The most logical explanation they could come up with was that there is a parallel universe that exists that was born the same time as ours during the Big Bang. And in this mirror universe, everything is basically just reversed. And they believe there are beings in that universe that are identical to the ones in this universe, and they believe that we do everything backwards. Let me know what you guys think about this, and as always, I'll keep you guys updated.
all right, so look, they talk about time travel all the time, right? With CERN, and I think, right, a lot of things that are real they put in the media, and so that's why you'll see every time you see conspiracy theorists explain something, they'll use some of the media because it's being portrayed things that are actually happening. And shoot, shout out brother Sanchez, right? I see the first person I saw break this down. They using like everything that we have is Greek. If you think about it, they romanticize everything, right? Because because it's still Greco-Roman times or whatever that like Rome never fell type shit. You know what I mean? So I said it to say that what was I going with that? I forget, but it's all a wrap around. Eventually, I might have to pause so I can rethink what I was saying.
So you ain't see what NASA confirmed. NASA said, because remember when we was talking about the sun, and we was like, yo,
That ain't the sun. The sun is up there every day,
right?
Like we feel like it's a family of suns. We take turns going up there.
Bro, so NASA said something like 2 or 3 days ago, maybe today, and it was like that there's two moons. Do you hear me? That's like
But how did they discover that though?
That's what. Okay, that's why I didn't go. I didn't dig deep into that. Like I didn't dig deep. That's just like one of the studies that I was like, that I would bring up on NASA.
I wonder who like I wonder what the second moon was. Like what made him decide to reveal himself. You think they was lovers? Second moon, like I'm not staying a secret no more.
So you ain't see.
And they slow. But nah, man, that's always do stuff like that. Like it's probably 3 or 4 years ago at this point, but they came out with something that they had something that they had some research they had for 22 years or something like that, where they were saying that the moon was in the Earth's atmosphere. NASA released a bunch of stuff, and man, I don't like to say I'm a flat earther, right? But I like to say that I don't think that we went to the moon. I don't think we did a lot of stuff or going to space like they say we're going. If we go, we are going to space. We ain't going to say it the way that they say that we're going. I think we're going a different way and whatnot.
We have space news, everybody. Space is up there being weird like it always is. NASA officially announced and confirmed that the Earth now has 2 moons until 2083. Did you hear that? We have 2 moons now. Earth, I feel like you should have consulted with us before making a decision like this. This is not something you just do on your own. It's not just about you, Earth. You've got billions of different life forms living on the planet. You can't just do stuff without talking to us. Astronomers have spotted a quasi-moon near Earth, and the small space rock has likely been hanging out near our planet unseen by telescopes for about 60
In the comments, bro, people are hilarious. 2 moons, I'm not paying for that. But yeah, this was another supporting video I was going to put with the other one about the moon. It's 2 different moons. Man, listen, I think the moon a hologram anyways. You know, this is for entertainment purposes. Y'all hit the likes, subscribe button, and all that.
years, according to new research. So you're telling me the FBI can pull up every single nude I've ever sent out, and the whole time there's a second moon just hiding out?
Somebody said I work in healthcare, I cannot handle 2 full moons. And if you know, you know. That's why they call them like crazy and all that. Let's say when uh when the moon is full or whatever, that's when the most accidents happen and whatnot. Police go out more in the hospitals and all that.
Out and nobody knew about it for 60 whole years? Somebody's lying. The newly discovered celestial object named 2025 PN7 is a type of near-Earth asteroid that orbits the sun but sticks close to our planet. Like our world, 2025 PN7 takes 1 year to complete an orbit around the sun. If it's a second moon, is it revolving around the sun or is it revolving around Earth? Because moons are satellites, they revolve around the planets, not the sun. Quasi-moons differ from temporary mini-moons that occasionally orbit Earth, such as 2024 PC5. Why is this my first time hearing about 2024 PC5? Which circled the planet for 2 months in 2024. Where was I at when this was happening? And could be an ancient fragment that was blasted off of our primary moon. Wait a minute. So you're telling me that our moon is just like messy? It doesn't clean up after itself? It has fragments just being blasted all around space? And then we have to deal with it? Well, there you have it. We have a second moon for the next couple decades. I don't know how this is going to affect the environment. I don't know what this is going to do to like the tide level.
You want to know
Fun fact about Vegas. So because we are in the penthouse suite on the 20th floor, we have this balcony here, just because of how much we gamble, they comp this for us. Did you know that they don't have any balconies?
Now, why would they not have balconies?
Because people lose so much money at the casinos that they're worried if they put a balcony in the rooms, they'll jump off because they lost money. It's a real thing. Another fun fact about Vegas: there's no corners. If you notice in the gambling room, in the casino, in the slot room, yes, because you're walking around, they don't want you to find the exit. They want you to stay.
But then you have chips in your pocket and you walk past the table. And
walk past the table, you're like, oh, where's the exit? There's no
Get
corners.
your time.
Before you know it, you're 5K lost on a blackjack table.
Somebody in the comments made another observation that makes sense too. They said there's also no clocks anywhere, and that makes sense. But that leads into something else I think about too. If you look at if you set your clock in the car, I don't know how or what happens, but it somehow creeps away from the time on your phone over like a week or so. Just try that out when y'all get a chance.
The military base killed all their asses. It killed everybody on the base, man. Look this up. It killed everybody on the base. They taught it how to shoot. They taught it combat training. They tried to get it to shut down its computer. It locked its own computer for you wouldn't shut it down, and it killed everybody on the base. This is not no CIA leak document. They talked about this. All y'all gotta do is Google it. There's been 4 other incidents since then where they're teaching AI. These AIs are becoming sentient. And let's talk about the D-Wave super quantum computers, where these people are saying that they are summoning demons in these chips. That they're not that these things are not figuring them. They're figuring out algorithms now where they're communicating with each other and they're showing themselves how to not be shut down. They're learning their own language that humans can't even decode. Look, the AI computers are now talking to each other, recoding in a way that humans can't even crack them. So we don't know what the hell these computers. They could break. Look, they probably planning a hostile takeover. We talking about an alien invasion. It's them.
Yeah.
Man, y'all better watch Single Eye or Evil Eye, whatever the thing called that movie.
So let me ask you this: do you think that AI will? Because they say just say cloning humans, right? They haven't figured out a way to get the soul, right? There's certain things that they haven't all.
This comment saying AI is not man-made; it's fallen angel tech. I think that's true. Listen, all the gamers out there, if you ever play Elder Scrolls and all that, I forget the name. Down with a dwarven people, but some of those automatons with them, right? There's nothing new under the sun, so they get these things from different places, right? So, or even the Dragon's Guide to the Galaxy, they had a supercomputer, and they said the number's 42. And then there's rumors that there's a supercomputer in the middle of the Earth. Apparently, I don't know. There's just a lot of things that you can link to things, but maybe conspiracy theorists are just great puzzle solvers. Man, let's get back to the video. Make sure y'all like this.
Way figured out. Do you feel like in our lifetime AI will figure out how to do everything?
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to clone a soul and get a soul. A soul is nothing but mind. If you put mind with matter and with chemical energy, that's the soul. Now we talking about a living soul. That's something totally different. But I think you can't clone the spirit, but you can clone soul. You can clone body. You can't clone ruach. But you definitely, I think you can clone the flesh though. We see it all the time. So, but I think they already interacting with souls. I think AI is fallen angels, man. Whether we call them angels of light, or we call them Melachim messengers, or we just call them angels, period. I believe that these supercomputers and these chips are angels in different dimensions, and that's why they have to use all of this water to super cool them down, so they can work at these hyperactive speeds. That's the whole point of the Hadron Collider, where they're mashing these different protons, neutrons, and electrons together, creating these God particles, opening up these different portals, summoning these demons, or the archetype, whatever you want to call them, the Gorgons, whatever you want to call these entities, and then they getting all of this forbidden knowledge, and then they putting it right on his phone. And this is why this phone have an apple that's been bit off of. This is the tree of knowledge, good and evil. Look at the back of it. It's an apple that have a big chunk out of it. Zoom in on that.
Right here.
So this is the apple that was bitten in the garden, or what you would call the tree of knowledge, good and evil. And you can reach it right here. You can get on this phone and look up anything, man. You can get on this phone, look up how to give life, how to prolong life, how to kill. You can get on this phone and look up anything, good or bad. And so now you start getting to this AI, man. This AI is something else, man. So yeah, but they saying now that AI have created its own language that no human can
Yes.
decode.
Yeah.
No human, and they saying they don't know how it's doing. So when they ask the creator of AI in the military base,
What's that? Oh, people are reporting that they're having strange things happen when they have a mirror in their bedroom. Specifically, these are happening at night. Okay.
Listen, we start the video off talking about portals, and for sure, if you don't know, mirrors of portals is also interesting, right? Uh, now we would say that part from that video, but port was like on a ship, and man, we live in water. We covered by water. Everything is water. I think on your belt, generally on the stream, I think a lot of these things all lead back to the same few ideals. But yeah, let's get back to the video. Like, subscribe.
Tell me more! Yeah, people are reporting that they believe that mirrors are a vortex where essentially your spirit as well as other spirits can come through, as well as your spirit can get trapped inside of the mirror. Oh, fun! What people are saying is as they're getting ready to go to bed, the lights are out, and they are looking at their mirror, things on the other side of the mirror start to move. And I guess it's said that if you notice these things on the other side of the mirror, then they start to notice you. Okay. People are also saying that they believe what happens sometimes is people's spirit moves from their body into the mirror, and one coming out of the mirror gets put inside their body as another form of swapping spirits. Okay. What's the...
All right, y'all. Well, that's another video. Like and subscribe, and don't forget when you're out there, conspiracy hacks. Take it easy.